Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. I am Amanda.
I'm Laura.
And I'm Kendra.
And today we are going to continue our Blue Zones book club. This time it is about Okinawa. We read the book so you don't have to.
Yeah, we're excited to continue this Blue Zones talk. But first, we wanted to just ask you if you are going to be in Las Vegas for ACEP Scientific Assembly in September, we want to invite you to join us for the annual EM networking event. It will be held at the Libertine Social Lounge in the Mandalay Bay, which is where ACEP is located, on Monday, September 30th from 5 to 7 p.m. This is a great opportunity to meet other EM physicians that are diversifying their career, that are entrepreneurs, that are leaders. Just a great time to get together. And so we're holding that space. And we will put the link in the show notes so that you can go right to the website and buy your tickets now. We only have a limited number, and last year's event sold out. So go there now. And we want to just recognize one of our gold sponsors. It's a company called Brault, and they offer scalable services to support your emergency medicine practice. Whether you're looking for a full service RCM partner, a support team to manage your business functions, or a group of experts to advise and help grow your practice, Brault has everything you need under one umbrella. So we thank them for being a gold sponsor of our event. All right, let's get to it. So in our Blue Zones, just want to remind you that we care about you and want you to be and feel your best. And so you spend all your time taking care of others, but you deserve care too. That's why we're delving into this book club. We've broken it down so you don't have to. But we do want to remind you that we are doctors, but we're not your doctors. So this isn't about medical advice. It's basically just to break down the book into chunks, pieces that you can take with you, and it's purely educational. And to remind you what a blue zone is it's pockets around the world where greater than expected percentages of people live to 100. So these are pockets of over centurions that are not just reaching that status, but they're also living with their health intact. They're at their best life as a centurion. And so in blue zones, they're living long, healthy lives with sharp brains until the end.
Okay, pause. Centenarian. You're saying centurion like a soldier.
Oh, okay. Oh. I didn't catch that. Good catch.
We are not centurions.
Sorry. Okay.
Well, I get it. It's been a while since we've done these for sure.
Okay. Blue zones are pockets throughout the world where greater than expected percentages of people live to 100, not just reaching centenarian status, but also living with their health intact. In blue zones, they're living long, healthy lives with sharp brains until the end. So in this series, we're going through the book, The Blue Zone, Secrets for Living Longer, Lessons from the Healthiest Places on Earth. And you can read the book or just watch this series on Netflix. We'll mention that there's some people out there that believe blue zones are a hoax, citing non-existent or inaccurate birth certificates. But keep in mind, regardless, these are very old people living actively till the end, something the three of us aspire to do. One or a few of the most common denominators in these blue zones are they eat a whole food, plant-forward diet. Instead of trotting off to the gym, they move naturally and frequently throughout the day. There are daily rituals like prayer, honoring one's ancestors, or napping that help them downshift and lower their stress. And they tend to honor and keep their elders close, which is also that sense of community that we preach about all the time. They have great social support systems, and they maintain a sense of purpose. So just to review, we've talked about Sardinia, Nicoya, Costa Rica, Loma Linda, California, Icaria, Greece. And so today we're going to talk about Okinawa.
Okay, so the blue zone of Okinawa, when I think of blue zones, like before we talked about this, I did always think of Japan. And because it seems like the oldest person in the world is always in Japan. That one lady in France, she had it for a while.
But, yeah, or a random like chain smoker in France. It's
either or. Or some, exactly. So for decades, Okinawa had the longest living women on the planet, but their blue zone is fading. Those women, when their blue zone was in its heyday, they got breast cancer at half the rate of American women. And both men and women there had a fraction of the rates of heart disease and dementia. But what's happening now is Westernization. Like, there's so many great things about Western culture. The diet and lifestyle, not so much. So Okinawa is a military base, as we know. And with that came lots of Westernization. They brought the taste for processed foods like Spam. Now, I will say Spam is interesting. A lot of people in the Pacific have a real fondness for Spam, and in post-war times, it represented, like, that was what helped them not starve.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they love Spam. They love Spam. They're all through Oceania and Hawaii. They love Spam. But that has persisted, and of course, they love fast food like McDonald's. The purple sweet potato that once was a staple of the islanders, they call it beni emo, has largely been replaced with white rice now. Sounds like maybe McDonald's fries too. While it might or might not be too late for Okinawa, we can still learn some things from them while we can. So the little remnants of the blue zone that they have, like many blue zones, they typically would work hard outside, gardening and picking their own food. And I have to say, I just came back from this mission trip to Vanuatu, which is out in Oceania as well. And we were building like a school building outside. And I felt, I don't know, y'all, if it was because I was away from the 5G. Apparently,
No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was out there, we were out there several hours a day working hard, and just eating mostly the local food, which was simple and did involve, in fact, a lot of sweet potatoes. And I slept with no air conditioning, just the screens and fresh air, and we showered in cold seawater. I felt great. Like, I had so much more energy than I do at home. It was fascinating. So there was that this working outside thing for help. They have a positive attitude and a sense of purpose, which we've talked about before, how our mindset is really kind of just our emotional and physical as well. They honor their gods and ancestors, and they know their ikigai. Ikigai's actually, I taught a lesson on ikigai earlier this week to some of my kids at school. And ikigai means, have we done an episode on ikigai? Because we need to do that.
No, we need to. We've said
Yeah.
that before, but like we haven't done it.
Yeah. They know their ikigai. Ikigai means their reason for being, or the reason they get up in the morning. And it's where a way we can understand it is the cross section of what we love, what we're good at, what the world needs, and what we can get paid for.
You can get paid for.
Yeah, what we can get paid for. That the center of that Venn diagram, that's your ikigai. So they know their ikigai, and that helps them. One other interesting thing is their houses. So except for roll-away futons, cushions, and a low table for eating, they're completely uncluttered. This makes it far less likely to fall and break a hip. And I would say also probably helps clear their mind.
Oh, yeah.
Helps them feel less stress. Like, sadly, the more, more problems, more money. More money, more problems. And that, a lot of times, it's because of the stuff we accumulate. Every time we
I
accumulate
love it when we throw in hip hop culture references. Yeah. Mo money, mo problems, y'all.
Yeah, it's true. Another reason they're less likely to break a hip is their high intake of vitamin D, all that time in the sun, and their relatively low intake of medicine. A lot of we love medicine, obviously, what it helps with, but a lot of medicines do have unintended side effects. disrupt mineral balance in our bodies. They have good balance, probably not unrelated to the fact that they're outside doing work, physical work, and they have good lower body strength. Since they eat on the ground, they're getting up and down from the ground multiple times a day. And that's one of those things that Peter Attia talks about being able to do. Am I inventing that? But I'm thinking that you have to be
No,
able to get up. Yeah. Be able to get up from the ground without using your hands is a really good thing to stave off the old people syndromes. Okinawans have suffered many hardships, including famine, but one food they could count on was that purple sweet potato. Any email? I love purple sweet potatoes. They are so, so delicious. In fact, there's an interesting treat that it's not healthy, probably, except for the purple sweet potatoes. It's called, dang it, Halo Halo. It's called Halo Halo. It's originally from Philippines, but they had it in Hawaii and they put all kinds of different things in there. There's zucchini beans. It's a shave ice treat. They put shave ice. They put cantaloupe. They put ice cream. They put like sweet potato ice cream. And then on the top, there's like chunks of purple sweet potatoes. It's very interesting and good.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Sounds healthier than
that was,
sounds
yeah,
healthier
I
than
mean,
fruit snacks.
probably, but there's plenty of sugar in it still. So that Benny email, purple sweet potato, might be one of the healthiest foods on the planet. It has vitamin C, fiber, carotenoids, flavonoids, and some slow-burning carbohydrates. They traditionally provided more than 60% of the calories Okinawans consumed before 1940. So that was a great basis of their diet. They also traditionally consume vegetables, small amounts of grain, soy, in the form of tofu and occasional eggs and fish when available. And I know they consume a lot of sea vegetables too, including seaweed. So traditionally, they consume twice the amount of tofu as other Japanese. These traditionally Okinawans consume twice the amount of tofu as other Japanese, typically eating it twice a day. And they ate a lot of turmeric, which is felt to be a potent anti-inflammatory and theorized by a lot of people to be one of the reasons why East Asia has lower, especially like India, lower dementia rates. Another island staple that they would eat was bitter melon called Goya, which is felt to be an anti-diabetic food that helps people regulate blood sugar. And you can see people sometimes taking bitter melon supplements and so regulating their blood sugar. Not really recommended, but whole foods are always best. That is something people do. So when we talk about social networks, many times in other blue zones, this is family, but in Okinawa, there's something called moai, which is a committed social circle. These groups meet with one another a couple of times a month. They pool money to help whoever needs it the most and help each other through hard times, which I think that's so cool. Like a extra little social network with a committed set times that they meet. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unique, and so helpful. So some
Yeah.
takeaways from Okinawa, um, at the end of the chapter is number 1, find your ikigai. So older Okinawans can easily tell you the reason they get up in the morning, whether it be family, whether it be their hobby, whether it be whatever purpose, that they want to contribute to the world. But they've spent time thinking about this. They have purpose-filled lives, with both responsibility and the feeling of being needed. I feel like we do a horrible job with our older adults in the United States, putting them in a nursing home. They don't have any jobs. You know what I mean? Like older adults in a lot of these blue zones are expected to contribute with childcare. They're expected to contribute with gardening, and it gives a sense of purpose when you're helping the whole as opposed to just being shuttled off um, I don't know. I don't know how to
Get
fix
out
it.
to
It's
pasture.
just yeah. I mean, it feels like we do that, and
Yeah.
that's something to think about. Number 2, rely on rely on a plant-based diet. The traditional foods that Okinawans ate were stir-fried veggies, purple sweet potatoes, and tofu. And this combination is high in nutrients and low in calories. The Goya, which is unique to this blue zone, the bitter melon, potentially acts as both an antioxidant and an anti-diabetic food. Number 3, if you'd like to mimic Okinawans, is eat more soy. Okinawans' diet are full of soy-rich foods like tofu and miso. It's felt that it protects the heart, guards against breast cancer, and then the fermented soy contributes to a healthy microbiome, which is something new that people are very interested in as well. Number 4, garden. At one time, almost all Okinawans gardened. It was a regular daily activity that helped to maintain their range of motion and reduce stress. This is something that blue zones do is they have natural movements built in throughout the day. They're not doing box jumps at CrossFit. They are going out and gardening, bending over, getting up and down off the floor. So gardening would both give you um, good foods, good healthy whole foods for you that are processed, and then also helps you with movement. And then number 5, build your moai. This tradition built a secure social network for Okinawans. It's a safety net for when there was needed financial and emotional support. It also decreases stress knowing that you have a team, like you have somebody who is always there for you. And this is interesting because as a young Okinawan, you would get assigned to a moai, which is a small group of people that you have a lifelong friendship and group with throughout your life. So I'm trying to build my own by like keeping in touch with my high school friends and that sort of thing. But like, think about that people that you grow old together. Number 6, enjoy the sunshine. Vitamin D from sunshine, as we know, gives us strong bones, healthy bodies, reduces the chance of depression. And they are usually, because of where they live, are able to spend time outside year round. So lucky dogs.
This could be correlated to, I think about, well, how you were saying this is this is Okinawa, but I think about all the farmers that come in the ER, they don't come to the ER dying. But I
Yeah.
think it has something to do with these old farmers get up every day with purpose. They're
Yeah.
cattle ranchers or they're chicken ranchers or they're whatever. They get up with purpose and getting on the tractor. They're harvesting. They're planning out every season. They enjoy being outside. They're moving. They don't work
Mhm.
out. They don't do anything like that, but they get out there on the tractor up and down in the sunshine with their families that help. I think about our neighbors. It's a Romanian family and they are all out there and they're all in. And they're a family that is keeping this business alive. And so I just say, and then, it's always the thing when they check into the ER and you want to rush them right back because it's very
Yeah,
wrong
you know.
when they come
They
to
say
the ER,
there's something
right?
bad going on.
Yeah.
Something bad. And so I just think about what a life, just like Peter T said that, even in the last 10 years of life, they are on the tractor until the day that they slump over. I mean,
Uh-huh.
not to be crass, but I mean, it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're moving, they're doing all the things. So it just made me think about that while you were talking about these tips. I just think about the American farmer. We have our kind of our own, maybe not, it's not isolated to one zone, but that grouping of people that are ranchers and farmers. This is them.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah. I mean, like Sardinia and Icaria, all these people were herders. In Nicoya, Costa Rica, a lot of them did like cattle ranching or ranching of some sort. Maybe it's not cattle, but that like Dan Buettner meets some guy that's like over 100, and he had just leapt up off of his horse. You know,
No
here's the
joke.
thing: like
These
we all want to
people are-
retire from this job, but here's the thing: you don't retire and not replace it with some sort of
Yeah, for sure.
thing that like is lighting you up.
Well, and then they keep it simple. I mean, these ranchers, and I think by choice, but by also, they're not the wealthiest, but they're eating the chicken eggs that they just bring in from the morning. They're drinking the
Mhm.
milk that they got from the cows. They are, they go to the farmer's market. They grow everything. I mean, there's so much correlation. It's amazing.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, so number 7 tip from Okinawa is activate your home environment. Older Okinawans are active walkers and gardeners. They eat their meals on tatami mats on the floor, which means that they're getting up and down off the floor dozens of times daily, building strength and balance. So you were right, Laura. There is a whole section in Peter Attia's book where he talks about I can't remember. Barry is his client. They have a specific exercise, the Barry get up. Like, this would be completely like, Okinawans would be like, "What do you mean?" Because they are doing this throughout their lives. Like, how do you not know how to get up off the floor, you know? But we get there because 'cause we're so reliant on chairs and apparatuses, I don't know. Anyway, but, like, yeah, just considering getting up and down off the floor, can you do that? Try it with just one arm. Try it with no arms. It's shocking sometimes when you're like, "Yeah, I don't know what to do. If I fell and broke both my arms, I don't know how I'd get up. I'd be that person that EMS finds." Okay. Number 8, plant kitchen herbs. Mugwort, ginger, and turmeric are all staples in Okinawan gardens, and they're felt to have medicinal properties as well as taste great. And then number 9, and the final one from Okinawa, is be interested and interesting. Dan Buettner, the writer of this book, says older Okinawans have a generosity of spirit and likability. They're quick to offer tea or a snack to visitors. They ask questions and are happy to share their stories.
I love that
So
where
that's
you
it.
say, where they ask questions, because it seems like
Yeah, they're finding out
the
about
older,
others and
yeah, yeah,
uh
rather than like telling the younger generation how they're doing everything wrong and giving them a bunch of unsolicited advice, like asking questions.
uh
It's a good approach.
Yeah, and it keeps them creative and innovative. They're intuitive to ask the questions, and then they're probably, filing it away like, that's interesting how this has changed and, from one generation to the next or a decade to the next. So,
I like to tell my husband when I sign us up for random new adventures on vacations and nobody is happy about it except for me, is that I'm doing this on purpose to keep you guys from becoming curmudgeons because, like, when you're old and set in your ways, you try nothing new. I think that's when you turn into a grumpy old curmudgeon. So
Yeah.
my family's not
Yeah.
happy about it, but that's my thinking when I sign
I
us
they'll
up
think
for a
they'll
hot air
thank you
balloon ride.
it's
later. They
brilliant.
may not thank
Yeah.
you now, but they'll thank you later.
Yeah. It's uncomfortable, but we're gonna do this. So because I don't want to live with a curmudgeon. So
No.
if possible.
Yeah. Well, we hope you've enjoyed our Blue Zone Okinawa today. It's been fun going through each of these Blue Zones and hope you were able to take a nugget or two away. And if it did help you, please leave a review. It really helps other doctors find us and it moves us up on the list. So give us 5 stars and a review and help us make our ripple a little bigger. We thank you for joining us today. And until next time, you are whole, you are a gift to medicine, and the work you do matters.
Thank you for joining us for the Drive Time Debrief. If this podcast has helped you, be sure to share it with others. Please subscribe and leave us a 5-star review so other doctors can find us. If you want to know more about what we do or work with us, go to our website at thewholephysician.com and schedule a free 30-minute strategy session. We'd love to help you create the life you dreamed of before things went up. It's absolutely possible. Welcome to the Drive Time Debrief with the Whole Physician, a podcast to burnout proof your medical career with candor, humor, and encouragement. You've spent tens of thousands of hours learning how to care for others, but now it's time to learn proven tools to care for yourself. If you're tired of feeling stuck, disillusioned, and exhausted, you're in the right place. Start your journey to bring back contentment and purpose with the power of And now, here are your hosts, 3 board certified emergency physicians, Doctors Morrison, Kazir, and Dinsmore.